Coach, one thing I just kind of want to ask about, it kind of looked like John, maybe got the bulk of the reps there with the number twos. Is he kind of maybe emerging as that potential backup?
Yeah, I think John's had a really good third week of camp, and I think he's, really deserved the opportunity to go out today and play with some of those more 1-0 linemen. And I know those guys weren't out there a ton, so there's limited opportunities, and there's still a lot to learn. You're coming in asking a true freshman to kind of pick up this offense, but I think he does a good job, and I appreciate his work ethic and what he's doing each and every day. It won't be finalized really until the first game, but we kind of like where he's at, and him, X, and Emmett have had a really good, healthy competition.
Just in general, another guy, Lawrence Valatea, it just seems like every time he's on the field, it's a sack, it's a sack, it's a sack. I mean, how much, have you seen him take advantage of an opportunity with RJ out, with Ram out, and kind of enter himself into that edge rotation?
Well, I think it's just believing in the developmental process. Lawrence had one Pac-12 offer, us, and we believed in Lawrence and what he could do, but also to be that change of pace, right? And we need that. Him and Ram, when they get back, bring a element of speed that we need, right? I think we got a lot of good power guys, and, BJ, RJ, Eddie and Quinn. I love where his mindset's at, and he comes out to compete every day, and he's seeing the results, which is always exciting for coaches.
Didn't see a whole lot of Jalen Jenkins today. Just trying to get other guys reps, or what was kind of the mindset with that?
Yeah, I think it's time, guys, to get the horses to the dance. And I think Jalen proved last week and throughout the course of this camp that, we're going to need him. And, he'll get a lot of his reps in practice, and there's still a lot to learn and grow from. So we're confident, we know who Jalen is. So it's giving some other guys some opportunities to see if they can make the bus and do some different things with the ball in their hands. So we're really confident in Nakia and Jalen, and we get Javinsky back next week and have a good race for who else is going to be out there.
Could you provide just kind of initial, a brief evaluation of some of the free safety, left guard, a few of those up for grabs?
I really thought the O-line today, it was cleaner with the ones than it was, and I thought Coach Morris did a good job maybe getting the ball out a little bit quicker on time in screen game and utilizing the tempo. So, I think don't sleep on Christian Hilborn. I think he's had one heck of a camp doing a lot of different things, and he's in a really good place. So him and Lely, and obviously getting Make back here really soon, and Brock Dew, it'll still be a little bit of a work in progress, but I'm really confident in where those guys are performing at, right? And I think they'll be at the level we need them to be to keep Cam doing, just what you saw Cam, operating the 2-minute drill in that first drive. He's a special one. I was not happy with the defensive communication today, and I think that's a couple guys that are down. I think that's Jaden, getting there a little bit late, just as far as finding that piece, and Shep doing a couple new things. So there's some things in that back end that we got to make sure we clean up. There's too many explosive plays. So, I got to see the tape on the defensive stuff, because those are the guys that I can't access from where I'm standing right now. But I just knew our communication was not where I needed to be, just kind of going through it in real time.
Kind of just over the last few days, how neck and neck are Lockett and Hicks seem to be right now at that?
Like I said, we will name a starter. Someone will come out the first, but at the end of the day, between Lockett and Hicks and Shep and Jay Lee, those are 4 guys that are going to be playing meaningful downs all year. So I know everyone's infatuated with starters, and I get it, and who's the first one out there. But at the end of the day, it'll be those 4 guys playing serious reps, and I don't know if there'll be a guy that plays 70 and 120. It might just be 50-50 until we kind of get into some of those deals. So we will name a starter, but at the end of the day, all 4 of those guys, we got to really count on them.
Coach, you guys doing the hurry-up offense early and had that quick touchdown with the hurry-up offense. I guess what do you see from that area today?
Well, we're going to utilize tempo. I think it's one of those things that we're going to be able to play at any speed, and to Cam navigates it so well, and to keep defenses off balance. I think it's an element of the game that I'm excited that we added to the program. So we're going to use it, but at the same time, when we get, hopefully leads in the fourth quarter, we can slow it down and pound the football, right? That's why this offense is here. So I'm excited about how they're operating it, because, we did have some, procedural penalties and stuff going fast that we got to clean up, but at the end of the day, I think it's got to be a valuable part of our offense.
Yeah, what do you see from the backup quarterback group today? Just the initial thought. I know got to see the film, but kind of initial thoughts on those guys.
I think John did some really good things to start. And I think you got to see him weather through some adversity, threw an interception down the sideline, and he's got to know where he's at a little bit better in that coming out situation. X has probably been the guy that continues as we go through to get better and better. And he's got a live arm, and he's getting more comfortable with the offense. And, so just excited about those guys kind of getting there. And like I said, we'll have a kind of a mock week that'll still have some compete periods. We'll sort those guys out in the following week.
And Coach, you got 2 weeks to go exactly until the first game. What needs to be done for you as a coaching staff in that time, and then when do you start prepping for Idaho seriously?
Well, let's start here. Our guys are working their tail off, and they deserve to have 35,000 people here at Giesa Field. Okay, so that's not applied to our fans, but our guys are doing it the right way. They're working their tail off, and our people need to be here. I've had an opportunity to talk to our student body. They're completely fired up to be here September 3rd, and our fan base needs to be the same way. And I'm excited about those things. And because I think our guys deserve it. We're going to put a great product on the field and one that represents Washington State in a really, really high manner. So that's what I'm excited about. And coaching-wise, it's about getting on the same page. Like today's in these scrimmages, I'm just listening to communication, where we can grow. I'm taking notes on how our staff can be better at what we can control. We'll go through a full mock game next Saturday. I'm talking pregame, I'm talking about running out the tunnel with the deal, I'm talking about playing back home. Right? We're going to do everything we can to make sure coaching staff-wise we're connected and we understand the challenges ahead.
And just getting through this training camp, we talked about sort of this is the first time in 3 years we've had normalcy, almost completely here. Has that really helped in having that as you've gotten through these last 2.5 weeks?
I think there's no question. I think you see it on the field in strength and conditioning. I think you see it in nutrition. And most importantly, you see it in the bonds that are formed because we're allowed to eat together and hang out together. And we went bowling last night, and we had I call it lightning. Whoever calls it bump, you must be from the Pacific Northwest. But Midwest is a lightning game. It's just there's elements to this game that you got to be invested in, taking some time away from football and investing time in connectedness. And I think that's what we've done throughout this camp, and hopefully, our goal is that those things in adversity will pay off. So that's going to be what we're going to be focused on now, getting into some scouts and just making sure our guys now understand how connected we need to be to go through this schedule that we have that's pretty challenging.
Coach, that up-tempo drive that Cam led, which ended with Renard's touchdown, is that about as perfect a drive as you could script for the Coup grade? And then how good was it to see Renard in the end zone again?
It was amazing to me. Renard in year 7, second scrimmage, knows he's not going to get a ton of reps. He had more focus and just mental positivity walking out that tunnel than I've seen in a long time. He's locked in. He's ready to go. He's really enhanced his leadership, ability. And to have those guys keep Cam upright, to have big plays like that, and to go out there and score with confidence in a 2-minute drill is just, it's awesome. And those results will be what we need, and there's going to be a confidence brewing within the offensive unit. So I like where those guys are at.
And then, can you talk a little bit about Orion's development? It seemed like he got a lot of big catches today, and just kind of talk about where you might see him in the wide receiver rotation.
There was a few guys that we really had targeted. I wanted to see them with the ball in their hands. Okay, Leighton Smithson was one of them. He made a big play down the sideline, and Orion Peters was the other. So we scripted him some flip stuff, some screen stuff, some red zone work. So we like his progress. Now, when the game's going fast, those are some things he can still grow on. He's still a redshirt freshman. So keeping it within that lens, I think the ceiling is still really high for Orion, and excited to grow his role as we go throughout the season because he'll be playing big time minutes for us.